church sometimes can be very overstimulating for me when I'm not able to go there physically, or when I go there physically and end up spending a large amount of the time outside on the grass recovering. It just felt like different, and I asked a lot of questions to the point that I almost felt like I'm losing my faith. But when I got the understanding and it's like, let me do this on my own, let me just find out on my own what is this.
We'd like to know, do you belong to any specific religion?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I feel like, being the very inquisitive person that I tend to ask a lot of questions. And even in like Sabbath school, because I grew up like Seventh-day Adventist, so we do Sabbath school instead of Sunday school. So in Sabbath school, when we were doing Bible study, I'd ask a lot of questions that would maybe make the teacher or everyone around me uncomfortable, because maybe there are questions that they don't expect. It got me to like wanting to know like a lot of things, and just wanting to understand, what is this Christianity? Why do people believe in this thing? And I asked a lot of questions to the point that I almost felt like I'm losing my faith. But when I got the understanding and it's like, let me do this on my own. Like I said, church sometimes can be very overstimulating for me. And so most of the time, I'd like to just tell my dad, I want to go to church today. I'll just follow the service online. And I'd sit down and I'd follow and I'd learn. I feel like it has really shaped me to have more of a personal relationship with God, rather than what I just hear and say. Like right now, if you ask me why I believe in something, I can tell you like, I believe in it because, of this and that, and like I really know, I know what God is for me, which is like the person who created me. And I believe that he wanted me to be different, and that's why I'm different. And just, it teaches me also not to suppress my difference, like just to be me and just show up as me, because if this is the way God intended it to be, then so shall it be. Like, why am I trying to be something that I am not? And it's so nice. I feel like God is my friend, and we just have more of a personal relationship. And it may not look like everyone else's, but it's special to me. Sometimes I could feel very convicted because like every Saturday, every Vespers, we're supposed to go to church. When I'm not able to go there physically, or when I go there physically and end up spending a large amount of the time outside on the grass recovering, it just felt like different. And when like I would look at other people and how they would go to church and how they would praise, I feel like maybe they have more favor from God than I do, because I can't really stand. And so sometimes I just force myself, even when I'm feeling like this is too much, and then end up with a really bad headache. But then when I learned that, like I said, like it's God who wanted me to be the way I am today. So he understands if I need to go out in the grass. It doesn't mean that I love him less, or I'm less of a Christian.
Have you ever met other children, maybe in the Sunday school, or even other young adults such as yourself in the church, who are on the spectrum being accommodated by the church?
Oh yeah, I think my church does have a soundproof room, but where the soundproof room is initially made for mothers who have kids, so that they can sit there, and if your kid is making noise, it won't be heard of in the church. And so sometimes when I would want to go to church, I'd go and sit there in that room because it's a bit, but then it also became a problem because our baby is crying in there. Like my church, I've never had them even do anything like Autism Sunday or anything about autism. Even my brother does not go to church because like he can't go to church. Like it's worse for him. It's better for him to stay at home than be at church.
Okay. So as we finish part 3, which is about faith, do you have any particular Bible verse that speaks to you, that you'd like to share, that's your mantra?
Oh yeah. I feel like it's Jeremiah 29:11, which is like, for I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. I think that speaks to me so much. Plans to give you prosperity and not disaster. It reminds me that there's a purpose. There's a reason that I am hurried. There's a reason that I am the way I am, because God has plans for me. And that's why I stick true to myself, because I feel like it's just more in line with his plan for me to be like this. So I'm going to be like this unapologetically. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.